You will melt into yourself. You will be unconditionally loved. Hi. Good evening. I am again making something I've never made before, and I've actually never even made anything like this before. So last night, I did not get any sleep at all. I was having a lot of anxiety because I was on my way to bed, and as I'm drifting off, I hear this noise. And I was like, is there somebody in the room? I could tell it wasn't a human. It sounded smaller. And then I was like, no, it's probably just my imagination. So I went back to sleep. And then I heard it again right when I was about to drift off to sleep. And it was kind of freaking me out. And I could hear it shuffling around papers. And it sounded like it was scooting something huge. Have you guys seen when in the ceiling there's like an entrance to the attic or a storage space, and there's kind of just like a wooden board sitting there, and you can slide it and move it? It sounded like it was sliding something that was like large and heavy like that. That was the only thing I could think of. And I was just like, what is this noise? And I tried to go to sleep. I really tried to ignore it because I was like, you know what, maybe it's just, like, what is it gonna want with me? Maybe it's just like a mouse or something. Like, deal with it tomorrow. Like, right now I'm tired. It was like the fourth time, and I was getting really fed up, and I was like, please go. I was like out loud, please go away. Please leave me alone. I was like, God, please protect me right now. Like, God, you know how much sleep I need right now. Please. And on the fifth time, I got up for the last time. And I turned all the lights on, I opened all the doors, and I went to a different room, and I was going to attempt to sleep again. And I just couldn't. There was, at this point, I feel like that trigger brought up a lot, especially in this past week where we were releasing karmic cycles. I feel like it really brought up a lot of energy within me, and my mind was kind of not spiraling, but I could observe it and see, whoa, I see a lot's going on here. Like, it's busy in there. And so I was like, you know what? It's 3:40 a.m. I guess I'm just going to be awake. And I checked to see my Pilates studio. I was planning on not going to Pilates this morning because I was getting to bed so late and I was so exhausted. And I hadn't made time to go in the past 2 weeks. And I was really busy, all good things, all amazing things. But I hadn't made any time to go. And anyways, I see the earliest one is 6 a.m. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's 3:40. I have to wait till 6 a.m. At least maybe get there at 5:45. So I leave here at 5:30. So I'm just thinking that's a lot of time. What am I going to do? And at this point, I'm like sleep deprived, middle of the morning. I'm like, I'm not in my best headspace, my best emotional space. And I just thought to myself, let me do what I know. And so I couldn't bear turning the lights off. I really couldn't. I was over at this point. So I just got up. I went on YouTube. I looked up a yin yoga. Yin is a very receiving yoga. It's a slow practice. You hold each pose for 2 to 5 minutes, and it's so restorative. It's one of my favorites. So I put on a 20-minute yin, and I see it's for hips and hamstrings. And in my conscious brain, I'm thinking, yes, I need this. And then I move on. And as I'm doing it, I'm like first of all, I'm like, yeah, I needed this. And second of all, I'm like, why did I do? I was sobbing. Just, oh my gosh. And I couldn't stop either. And when she was like, this is our last pose, I was like, this is the last one. Like, I need more. And I was like, thank goodness. Like, I have so much time. Like, thank you that I have so much time right now. And so I looked up on YouTube, like, somatic. I wanted to do some sort of meditation for when you're releasing emotions. But I came up this short and it was like somatic practices to do when you either can't cry or when you can't stop crying. And I was like, oh. And it was like, rub your arms and feel them behind your ears. And it was so sweet and it actually really made me feel better. And at that point, I was like, at the point where, because the whole time I'm like, okay, I'm crying, but I wasn't. And there was some like sadness, but I didn't feel like, oh my gosh, I'm so devastated and sad. I felt like, oh my gosh, I'm releasing. Like, whoa. But still, I was sleep deprived. I was just like, and so I really wanted to nurture myself. And once I did that, I was kind of like giggling and I knew that I could release in different ways. And so I got up and I planned to take a really cold shower. And I usually just do sometimes even just 10 seconds to 2 minutes tops. And then I quickly go to the warm shower. And today it was so much different. But before I got in the shower, I had some music on and I was just dancing in the mirror and it was very like somatic, the somatic shakeouts. Like I was just moving my hips and having so much fun and laughing and I could feel it all releasing from me. And it was maybe 4:30 a.m. at this point. It might have been earlier. And then I got in the shower and I was listening to the most uplifting, fun music. I discovered somebody recently on Spotify. His name's Forrest Frank. And he has a lot of music that's like so uplifting and fun. And it's my favorite one right now. It's called Grateful. And it's like, I woke up feeling thankful, grateful. It's so like catchy and also high vibrational. I love it. I've been sharing it with everybody recently, so go check it out. After that, I got in the shower and I took a 5 full minutes. Well, it was 3 songs, so who knows how long it was. I'm assuming around 5 minutes. I've never done that long before. And I could just remember in the back of my head, my dad told me that when you do cold plunge or anything like that, you want to stay in for 3 minutes to get the full benefits of your body starts producing these cold proteins. I don't know that much about this. I just heard him say this. Your body starts producing these cold proteins. It's because your body's trying to protect yourself because it thinks that you're dying or something. Anyways, these are really restorative cells that benefit your body. And so I kept hearing him say that in the back of my head. And so I was like, I'm just going to keep going. And I was just loving it. I didn't even put the warm shower on at all. And so I got out and yeah, that was my really nice morning. Oh, and then I went to my Pilates class at 6 a.m. I ended up not even signing up in time. I just forgot and I went and I was like, oh, can I please she's like, yeah, just sign up for a different time and I'll just log you in for that one. I was like, oh my gosh, everything's working out perfect. And it was exactly what I needed. The workout I knew it was going to be exactly what I needed, but it was just so nice. Especially like, when you haven't had like a booty pump in 2 weeks and you're just like, oh, I'm like walking out and I see my reflection in the shop window, in the shop glass, like the windows. I'm like, oh, that's me. Okay. And I just feel like so strong all day. And even though I didn't sleep a wink, my Oura Ring actually said that I slept for 20 minutes. And I had the lowest sleep score I've ever had. I think it was a 37. And somehow my activity today was at the high of the week. So I really need some restoration. Therefore, I'm making this really nurturing bowl. I'm just discovered this. I've always wanted to try cardamom, and I'm going to show you. It's usually a green, and it comes usually ground up, but I got this brand. And usually it's the cardamom green pods that you want to use. I think it's like a really nurturing, like warm, cozy kind of vibe. Make teas with it and warm drinks, and I really wanted to have it today. The black one, however, is very smoky. I asked ChatGPT about it. It's very smoky, and so it said maybe try it out, maybe not. So I just opened up the seed pod and threw the tiny little seeds on the stovetop for a couple minutes, and then now I just cut it up very, honestly, no, it's kind of coarse. I did it kind of as small as I thought I could, but I'm just gonna put these aside for later and maybe taste them, maybe see what I want to do with them. I was heading home from work, and I was about to head home from work, and I was thinking, what am I going to eat for dinner? I don't want something really big that's going to be hard to digest before I'm trying to go to sleep early. I was maybe going to do like a broth, like nurturing little soup. But all I could think about was like a sweet, fruity protein smoothie from Choice Juicery. Really, really wanted one. But then I was like, I think this is my dopamine brain, just wanting that quick dopamine because I'm so exhausted. And so I talked to ChatGPT about this, and they're like, that's awesome. You're recognizing this. So sacred. I was like, you're right. And so I asked for advice. I was like, I want to honor my body and also honor my cravings and also nurture myself because I'm in a very fragile state right now. And it gave me this great idea to do steamed banana, steamed apple, and add in some stuff for warm and coziness. So I have some raw local honey. I got a new vanilla that doesn't have anything except for organic ground Madagascar vanilla beans. It's by Beyond Good. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that. Yeah. I have cinnamon, nutmeg, some salt, of course. And then I also have my collagen peptides. They're flavorless. They dissolve, they mix in really well. And I think I'm going to put it in with the fruit so I can have some sort of protein, which is, for me, that kind of protein is a lot lighter for my stomach rather than like whey or any pea proteins or anything like that. I'm going to show you because I really, really, really like this brand. It's Bubs Naturals, and it's unflavored. It mixes in like literally just to water, and you can take it. It does not taste gross. I love it anyways. It's really good. And it's got 16 grams of protein for each scoop, but it's collagen. So, all right. So I'm going to start by slicing up this apple, and I know I got kind of carried away, but that story is going to lead us into today's juicy topic, which is integrating integrity. I just wanted to give a few little tips and tools about integrating integrity with yourself, honoring yourself in kind of like our day-to-days or specific scenarios. After I slice the apple, I'm going to throw it on. I have a pot of boiling water with a steamer inside, like the kind that like that. So I'm just going to throw the apple in there for maybe 8 minutes. I don't know. Who knows? So the first is honor the power of your word. Our word is so incredibly powerful, right? Like if I say my word is powerful, I believe my word has power. Every single thought or word I say holds power. If I truly, truly believe that and have faith in that and honor that, then I'm going to be very selective with what I say, what I listen to, what I surround myself with, and how I respond to the thoughts in my head. I love this quote. My queen, Catherine Pais, she always shares this quote, and I literally love it. The words you speak become the house you live in. And that pretty much sums it right up. Oh, this also reminds me of the butterfly effect. No matter if I'm consciously asking for this thing, it's going to manifest in my reality. If you really resonate with what I'm saying, I recommend The Four Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. The first agreement: honor the power of your word and use the word to speak in the direction of truth and love. Yeah, you can respect this power by using gratitude to alchemize any negative words or thoughts. So when you're thinking, when any thought comes up that you maybe you're like, ooh, my ideal self would not think this. This is an old habit. I want to move out of this. You can alchemize it. And there's a few tools for this, but one that I think is honestly foolproof. At first, it sounds like that is way, like, how is that going to work, right? Just trust it. Grab it. Grab the emotion. Because if you're having a negative thought, it usually has an emotion behind it. So identify the emotion if you want, if that helps you to visualize it. But visualize whatever you're feeling and grab it. Literally grab it like this. And you want it to be huge, right? The bigger, the better. You grab it and you're like, I'm turning this into gratitude. I'm turning this into joy. I'm turning this into thankfulness. You grab it and you're like, I'm so thankful I know how to alchemize my thoughts. I'm so grateful that this huge energy just came into me because now I can flip it into gratitude. And however amount that negative energy was, now I have that amount of gratitude. And you'll figure it out. You'll figure out how it works for you. I know you will. I'm going to pop these apples in. I sliced them so I can show you. I sliced them pretty thin and then in halves, if you can visualize that. And I'm going to go pop them in. Next is going to be the banana. I'm really excited to eat a banana. I just think that they're honestly one of the most delicious fruits. And you already know where I got these, right? Yeah, Lazy Acres. I do love Lazy Acres. I really, 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 really do. I do go out of my way to go there. However, I'm so thankful. It is literally it's the most efficient grocery store to go to if I'm on my way home from work or on my way to work. It's right off the freeway. And I think when I add it to the GPS, it adds 1 minute. It's so nice. Okay, my next point. Trust is earned, even with yourself. Your anxiety is going to scream at you. Your anxiety screams at you, right? And it says, do what's right, do what's right, do what society deems as right. You need to have this type of job. You need to pick this one because you make more money. And you're lucky enough to have that opportunity. It doesn't matter how you're treated, right? That's the things that we say to each other, that we say to ourselves. Our precious ego that was created as a safety net for our survival in the past, or it has some jobs it does now too as well. Oh my gosh, this looks so good. It looks so delicious. So our anxiety, it's in survival mode. We're in survival mode when we are having anxiety, and it wants to protect us. So you can say thank you. Thank you so much. And I'm going to show you, and I'm going to teach you, and you're going to learn that I no longer need you. I do not need my anxiety to survive. As soon as you release this fear, you're stepping into creative mode. As soon as you release, I no longer need this fear to survive, you are now one with the Creator. You get to decide everything. Your life is so imaginative and playful, and it's no longer rigid and painful and full of suffering. It's like, look at all these opportunities that I have. Not, oh my gosh, I have to do this, I have to do this, I have to do this. It's like, look what I can do. It's like you walk into the most abundantly stocked craft room and you're like, whoa, look at all that I have. What am I going to make? What can I make? And I like Dr. Martha Beck. I discovered her from Mel Robbins' podcast. And that's what she said. Yes, anxiety shuts down creativity, but creativity shuts down anxiety. And instead of asking, oh my gosh, what am I going to do? Ask yourself, what can I make? Try that. I dare you to try that this week, even if it's just one time. I recommend at least 3 times. I recommend as many times, but tell yourself it's temporary. Let me just try it out. And I know you're never going back. Oh my gosh, what am I going to do? Wait, what can I make? And then at that point, you literally step through this portal. Like, it sounds so simple, right? It's like, that's not going to change my reality. It will. You step through this portal and all of a sudden you don't have all these like demons crouching over you. You have like all these blessings and you're like, wow, I can make this, I can make this, I can make this, whatever resonates with me. Okay, the apples are almost done. I'm really excited for this topping I have. Coconut flakes. I'm just going to toast them a little bit on the stove. Another incredible tool I really like comes from Alexis Smith from the Feminine Glow. Her YouTube name is Alexis, like AWW Lexis. Love her. All about feminine energy. You're going to love her. If you don't already, watch her. When you're in your what if spiral, just try. And I actually heard Mel Robbins saying this today as well. When you're in your what if spiral, oh my gosh, what if this happens? What if this happens? What if this happens? What am I going to do? Stop and just try asking, what if it all worked out? Look at that. You're allowing yourself to put down your worries and pick up a fantasy book. And you're reading, like, oh, this is what my life would look like if it all worked out. Whoa, like, this is what I'm wearing, this is what I'm doing. You're imagining, you put yourself in that reality, and all of a sudden you're creating this vision board in your mind. You're totally creating. You're gonna love this. All right, the apples are just about done. The apple can still stick on the fork, so I don't feel like it's ready. I've never made a steamed apple, but I'm gonna say no. That's much better. Okay, let's talk about ways that you can integrate into your life. Tools you can integrate into your life to earn your own trust. Yes. Okay. Number 1, be gentle and graceful. Recognize, not judge. And this, I'm going to use metaphor of Montessori. The Montessori method of education and raising children. Ooh. There's this quote. It's looking even more brown. Love it. I just don't want it to burn, so I'm turning down a little tab. Okay. The Montessori method has this quote that's like, we are going to let the child know the law. We are going to communicate them the law so that they know the law, right? But we are not going to sit in the courtroom and be the judge. And I'm going to give you a scenario, real life scenario. I've of course done this many times because I've worked with children for a very long time. So the child's at the table and they're coloring on their paper, making a beautiful piece of art. They have a coloring book. They have maybe a cutout of like a heart they can draw on. and they have a regular piece of paper, whatever, they get to choose, right? So if they choose whatever, they're working with a blank white piece of paper. And then they have all the supplies they could ever need. They're sitting there. They're coloring. Say they're coloring with a marker. And let me start from the beginning. When they're about to color, I say, oh my gosh, this is going to be so fun. Where do we color? Oh, we color on paper. Okay, cool. I cannot wait. I'm so excited to see your creation. Then they're coloring. I'm doing my thing, and I see that they start coloring on the table. So I walk over and I say, remember, we color on paper. And okay. They continue coloring. They say, okay. And then maybe they do it again. And so now I have to think in my head, okay, do I want to remind them of the law? Or do I want to enforce the law? And maybe at this point I'm thinking, you know what? I haven't reminded them in like a while, so I'm just going to remind them for now. So I say, you can color on paper. Otherwise, we are not coloring. Or I can say, if you want to continue coloring, we color on paper. That way they know what's going on. They know if they want to continue making art, they must color on the paper. They start coloring on the table again. I walk by, I gently take the marker, I close the cap, and I walk away. That's it. I maybe take all the markers with me, and that's it. I don't sit there. I told you not to color on the table. Now I have to take it away. Why would you do that? And then they're screaming and crying. It's not necessary. Our anxiety might tell us that for survival, it's necessary to project this fear and project our anxiety so that they know and so that they can absorb that anxiety and then they can operate that way, but it's not necessary. Maybe they were all done coloring and that's the way they wanted to express themselves. However it is, I'm not the judge. It's not, oh my gosh, this looks so good. It is nothing that I have to worry about because they're not going to continue doing it. They don't have the supplies to do so. And we can do this with ourselves. We can tell ourselves that if I want to get strong, I must exercise and leave it at that. Not like, oh, I'm feeling so bad. I'm feeling so lethargic. Why did I not go to the gym? Oh my gosh, and shaming ourselves. It's not necessary and it is not beneficial. So try this little practice. I'm gonna go get my journal again. So number 1, communicate the law to yourself. Let yourself know you can go to the gym and get strong. Otherwise, you won't. And that's fine. But we don't need to judge. Number 2, notice how precious you are. Notice how precious you are. I remember in 2020 when I was beginning my first enlightenment journey, I remember discovering the practice of observing your thoughts. Just observing. And that's, I think, one of the very first, oh no. Oh, I don't know for how long that the audio wasn't even recording. Hopefully not long, but we're back. One of the very first things that I remember observing about my thoughts is like, oh my God, they're not all that bad. I don't know, my limiting beliefs back then were that like, I'm bad. I am this, I am that. Not good, not good. And when I stopped and I decided to observe my thoughts, that's the first thing I noticed. It's not all that bad in there. My intentions are all pure. All these things that maybe like someone judges me for doing something, right? And then when I look inside, I notice, I'm like, why did I choose to do that? I see that all these intentions are all coming from love. I just wanted to love myself and love others and just share love. And I didn't even think about it being perceived a different way. And so when someone else just didn't enjoy it and they had an emotional reaction to it, I just thought, oh my gosh, that's bad. I'm bad. So if you haven't ever done this before, this is going to be really nice to see that you are definitely not bad. You're precious and you're adorable. And when you decide to focus on something, it becomes more prevalent in your life. Absolutely. Have you ever, this is my favorite metaphor in regards to this. Have you ever learned a new word you've never heard before? You find out what it means, and all of a sudden it's everywhere. This happened to me actually recently with the word sovereignty. I never knew what it meant, didn't even bother, it never occurred to me to wonder what it meant. And then recently I heard it and I was like, what does that mean? I think it was my sister and she told me. And I was like, oh. And then I kept wanting to hear different definitions of it. Well, actually, it just kept coming up my life. So I just kept asking, oh, what does that mean over and over? Because I wanted to see it from all angles. Like, what is this word in total? And now it's literally everywhere in my whole entire life, and it is really applying to my current lessons. So when you focus on something, it shows up everywhere. So observe your thoughts, your intentions, and just enjoy how adorable they are. It's going to surprise you. You're going to think, not me. I'm not adorable. And then you're going to say, oh my God, I'm so precious. It's like when you're sitting and you're trying to be grateful and you're looking around and you're just like, oh my gosh, this is so hard right now. Like, God's testing me. God, give me strength. Let me be strong. I don't know what to be grateful for right now. And then you're like, look at me. Look at me. Look at this situation. Where would I have been a year ago, 2 years ago, 3 years ago in this situation? What would I have been thinking? Oh my gosh, I am so upset to be here, or I'm so mad this person did that. You wouldn't even be observing your thoughts. And now look at you. You made it to a point where you're sitting there and you're being like, let me find something. I know there's something here. Let me just find something to be grateful for. That is so precious. We need that. We need that in the world. We need you. Next, the next point, show yourself love and affection in your favorite way to receive it. So I want you to research love languages. Find yours. Find your own specific love language. And it's important to recognize that your receiving love languages might be different from your giving love languages. Your love languages might change over time. You might resonate with every single love language in very specific ways. It's going to be your own thing. Definitely do not put yourself in a box. Just enjoy that. I'm going to go check on the apples. Oh, I was about to say, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with this to get the flavor to come out. Definitely smoky. I think I'm going to put a pinch. Not much, but a pinch. So, yeah, honor your love languages. Honor however unique they are, because this is your heart speaking to you. And you want your ideal partner to love you in those ways, right? Or, you want them to love you in their specific way that they want to love you, but your love languages are what you crave. You literally crave to be loved that way. And you know what they are because you see those desires, you feel those desires. So give them to yourself. You are the one that gets to see every single desire you have, and you have the opportunity to fulfill them. So do it, of course. And ask. Ask and you shall receive. I'm gonna read this part. I'm giving myself grace. And also, I really don't like how this is my face, so. Okay, that's better. I hope you can still hear me. This is so important too. Try different kinds. You might not think that that's your love language. Try it out. Do not hold back. I said it again. I'm gonna say it again. You get the honor of setting the standard of how you're loved, how deeply, how profoundly you're loved. That is your choice. And so I wrote down some of my favorite ways or ways that I might think that are common for people to show themselves love and show others love. Buy gifts, cook for yourself, like really take time to do something special for yourself in the kitchen. Don't think like, oh, it's gonna take so much time. Yes, you're going to spend your minutes doing this for you. Imagine a partner spending all this time, thought, money, just thinking about you, loving you. And they're like, oh my gosh, can't wait to give this to them. And they go through all these like trials and tribulations to get this perfect gift for you because they're so excited and they just want to see you receive it. So you're doing these things just because, literally just because you love yourself. Take yourself out. Be luxurious. Be elegant. Go to that restaurant that you want to go to. Go to the one that you've never heard of. Just open table. And yes, it's going to cost money. Yes, you could use those money on practical things, but this is important too. You are learning how to trust yourself, and the benefits that come along with this are so amazing. And let me say this. Why do you want to fulfill those practical needs? And if you're at a place where you're not abundant in your physical life, abundance starts within. So you could say, oh, I don't have this. You have a poverty mindset, then you're going to have a poverty life. And I totally understand. I hear you. I feel for you. It might be generational. You might be the first person in your family to do so. But you're here and you're watching this because you are the one. You are going to figure this out. So have faith in yourself. And how you have faith in yourself is by fulfilling these things. Spend money on yourself. Spend time on yourself. Spend energy on yourself. You are an investment. All right. I really like yin yoga. So some people might put working out on their love languages. I don't know about that for me, but I really enjoy working out. I'll say this, work out in the way that you love. I love dancing, and there's a studio near me that does dance cardio, and it's all women, and it's like the lights are out and there's red lights on. It's called Red Room, and it's explicit music, it's explicit dancing. It's so empowering. It is so fun. It's so releasing, and it's a really good workout, and I like it, so I do it. I like Pilates, but only certain kinds. I don't like Legree or really intense Pilates. I'll do it sometimes, but it's not what brings me joy and makes me feel loved. I really like yoga, but I don't like yoga for fitness. I like yoga for restorative. And sometimes I'll be like, no, let me just try it out again. And I'm always like, I hate this. The whole time I'm like, I do not like this. And I'll try. I'll be like, no, I'm so grateful like to be here and trying something new. And I'll get something out of it. But in the end, I always go back to restorative yoga. Yin is my thing. I love it. a foot massage. Do like, you're just like sitting crisscross applesauce and you start massaging your feet. Like, make time to do that. Schedule it on your calendar. Be like, I'm gonna go get myself a foot massage. Have a foot massage day with myself. Like, get some lavender oil. Oh my gosh, before bed, lavender oil on the bottom of your feet. You're gonna sleep so well. Oh, whenever I take a bath, or honestly, a lot of times I take a shower, especially when it's in the evening, I turn the lights off and I light some candles. And sometimes I put on some music, sometimes I don't, but just changing the lighting and showing myself like you're worth this extra piece of energy, it makes me feel so loved and like romanticizing my life, and I love it. Make yourself a warm, nurturing drink. Something that I really like is chocolate milk, but I don't really drink it that much anymore because it has a lot of sugar, obviously. But when I did, I would do it with, I would get a tiny bit of milk and warm it up in the microwave just so I could put the cocoa powder in and it would dissolve really easily. And the honey and a little sprinkle of salt and cinnamon because I love cinnamon. And then I would put more milk in it so it gets cold, mix it up, and pour it over ice with a straw in one of those cups that stays cold. Oh my gosh. If that sounds good to you, do it and you will not regret it. It is so good. Well, you might regret it because you might find yourself drinking it every single night, but you're gonna love yourself by doing it. I'm gonna check on the apples again and bring you over. Because I want to tell you that warm drinks are a whole other ballgame. When you cook yourself, and I don't drink coffee anymore. A couple years ago, I switched over from caffeinated coffee to caffeinated tea, and this is a huge act of self-love. So thank you so much for honoring me. I've been drinking caffeine since I was like in middle school, and I knew I would drink like these caramel macchiatos from Starbucks, and so I would drink in the morning, and then when it hit like 6 p.m. or something, I would go nuts. Like, and I thought it was probably like a little bit anxiety, a little bit like, it just felt like mania. It was like, and I didn't know what that meant. I didn't know what that was. I knew there was a correlation, but I was like, who cares? Like, I don't know, coffee's such a drug, and I'll probably just drink it to feel something. And when I decided I'm taking my life back, I'm taking my body back, it was so amazing. And it was a long, hard process, but moving very slowly from caffeinated coffee to caffeinated tea, and then moving to herbal tea, but making it in a way that was still very delicious, kind of like a warm cappuccino or something like that. I would brew the tea very strongly, like maybe overnight in the fridge. And then I would mix the tea with like some milk or heavy cream. Maybe I'd whip it. Maybe I would put like, make it on the stove with some cinnamon, or I would just make it taste so delicious, even though it wasn't caffeinated. And it was herbal tea. And I got back and then I let that go and I just drink regular herbal tea. And I don't drink it, well, I drink it a lot actually, but I drink it more for like the benefit. I'll be like, I'm really winding down. I want some chamomile lavender. I'm really feeling sick. I want to use this, you know? So I use it for, I forgot my microphone. I mean, I remember my microphone now. Here we go. So I hope you can hear me better now. Anyways, love my tea, but a few weeks ago, I got back into that practice of like, I was like, I really want a warm, nurturing, delicious drink, and I don't want to drink like a hot chocolate. It's really sugary. Actually, what I drank probably had sugar in it too. But I made a chamomile in milk. I put the chamomile, like loose leaf, in the milk, and I brewed it on the stove, and then I strained it out, and then I did like my very own homemade whipped cream with honey and vanilla bean. I put it was so fun. I made my own like raspberry puree in the bottom. It was so bomb. So make yourself a warm drink. In conclusion, okay, what's next? How else might we show ourselves love and fulfill our love languages? Buy yourself flowers. Buy yourself flowers, the ones that you really want. That's the thing. Show up and show out for yourself. Do you guys know Katie Austin? And I don't know her mom's name, but I know her mom was famous first. I don't know her name though. But they always, Katie's always sharing that her mom says, if you don't squeeze it, nobody will. You set the standard for how you are loved, for how other people show up for you. You set the standard. If they say, if you see a woman treating themselves so amazing, you're like, wow, she must be really used to being treated that way. Like, that's her standard. She only accepts that level. And then that's what you start receiving. And people will start rising up and showing up for that. Like, don't be afraid to hold as much as you want to hold. So I'm saying, when you go to Trader Joe's, you're buying yourself a bouquet of flowers. Do not limit yourself. Oh, but these ones are cheaper. They're just as pretty. No, get your favorite ones. Get 2 of them. If you're like, I want one on both sides of my bed, get them. Get them. And if it helps you, you can think about, okay, that's $5. What do I actually allow myself to spend $5 on that doesn't make me feel as loved as this will? Yeah, try that. Gifts. It says gifts again. Buy yourself gifts. Buy yourself gifts. And then I also love quality time. So I'm going to highlight, mash up the apples and then add in my seasonings. So where are we at, ladies? Oh yeah, I really like spending quality time with myself. That's one of my love languages. And sometimes it can be like, oh my gosh, no, I need to spend this time on something else. No, you don't. You are an investment. You are a priority. Something that I've always loved. I have literally core memories. I have core memories of just laying down in the grass or on the ground, staring up at the sky and the clouds and putting in some vanilla. And who knows how long, because I'm not keeping track of the time. Because when your future husband is, just enjoying time with you, just spending time together, is he checking his watch? No. So why are you? You have to embody those qualities. So I'm just spending my time with myself. And think about that. I like this. There's this old TikTok video. It was a good trend. It was like, imagine you wake up and you win the lottery every single day. But when you go to bed, you lose all the money. But when you wake up again, you get the same amount of money every single day. So you can't save it. You can't rack it up somewhere. But you can spend every single amount of it every single day. That is with your minutes. You get a certain amount of minutes every single day and you get to spend them. You get to spend them. So spend your minutes. Okay, I'm gonna spend my minutes here, not waste them, spend them. I'm gonna spend my minutes right here across the street, laying in this park, enjoying myself, just staring at the clouds. Not because I'm meditating, not because I'm trying, not because I'm doing. I'm just existing. I'm just being. I remember doing that from a very early age, and just where other kids were bored, I was just loving it. Oh my gosh, this smells so good. Nutmeg, cinnamon, salt, and some black cardamom and vanilla bean. Okay. Talk to yourself. Oh my gosh, yeah. Who likes words of affirmations? Who likes long, deep talks? Me, that's one of my love languages, so why can't you have it with yourself? You can. You absolutely can. I'm gonna add some honey to this. It's smelling very strong and I feel like it needs some sweetness. Some sweetness. Oh, Oh, I wanted to mention video journaling. I have this app I really like, and it's called Talkbook. I definitely 100% recommend it. It's relatively new. I really, really, really like it. There's just one thing. You have to make sure your software is up to date on your phone to make sure the video is saved, but it is so cool. You record yourself talking. You get a 2,000 word for free. You get a 2,000 word limit per day. It takes a video of you, and then it also does the transcript for you. You can edit it if things aren't right, and then you click save. If you want to upgrade, you can add the location and other things to it, and then you upload it, and then you can go back and see everything in like a calendar, and you can be like, oh, what was I thinking this day? What was I thinking this day? I've never actually gone back and watched any of mine, but I save them like I am going to. It makes me feel like I'm doing something. I don't even know how to explain it. It's like it's worth it because it's like saved as a video, and I'm like recording. I'm taking note. I'm recognizing it, and so I really like it. I've always really liked video journaling, but best thing about it, AI generated mood analysis. And I just love it because every time it's like, oh my gosh, like, look at you, you're feeling so good. You were talking about this, you were talking about this. It's so nice to see you so happy and filled with joy or something. Or to be like, wow, you were going through a lot of obstacles, but you decided to stay joyful throughout it. Or it'll be like, oh, your mood was okay this day. It's really cool. I really, really like it. Okay. Oh yeah, take yourself out on a bike ride. Take yourself out to do the activities that you enjoy. Out in the sunshine, you know, get your vitamin D. Okay, I'm gonna try this now. I'm slightly nervous. It's so good. Oh my gosh. That healed my soul. That healed my soul. Oh my gosh. It's perfect. I'm gonna start layering my actual serving bowl. Take yourself out on a hike. Take yourself on a beach day. Invite your friends or don't. Make it your own. Do whatever you want. Always do whatever you want. Because your desires are precious and sacred. Oh. You don't have to wait for someone else to give you affection. You know, sometimes when I'm really like craving affection, I have a Taurus moon, and I don't know if my Scorpio sun has to do this, but I feel like my Taurus moon really is just so like affectionate, and I feel like I find myself just like, you know, like I really like to play with my hair if I'm like reading a book or something. I like to play with my hair and touch my face and like hold my hand. It's so fulfilling. It's so precious. I love to kiss myself. Like I just be like, I love you, you know? You don't have to wait to receive affection. Ever. It's like your own precious little thing. Okay. That is so important. I don't hear anybody talking about that ever. 2 more points here. I just want to do a quick summary. So the first, honor the power of your word. The words you speak become the house you live in. Trust is earned even with yourself. Try these steps to earn your own trust. Be gentle and graceful with yourself. Notice how precious you are. Show yourself love and affection in your favorite ways and discover new ways. That's what we did so far. Okay, for this one, I'm going to add in my marine collagen. I'm not going to do a full scoop. I don't want that much protein right now, but just some. All right, ladies, I know this is getting long and I'm just so happy. I love it. I love spending these minutes with you and with me and honoring myself. Brings me so much joy. I'm so happy to be here. I'm so happy and fulfilled to be here. So next, we're going to talk about relationships. Your entire life, I'm just going to read it and we're going to know that I said it in the perfect way, right? Your entire life is a reflection of you. Oh yeah. Every relationship is a reflection of the relationship you have with yourself. I preach this. This is like one of my common preachings to anybody because it's very universally understood. Ooh. Well, there's something in my eye. I feel like when you say this out loud, a lot of people are like, think about it, and then they understand it in some way. At some level, they understand it. The relationship that you have with yourself is reflected in every single relationship you have. Your relationship with money, your relationship with love, your career, your dad, your mom, your grandma, your coworkers, the person at the grocery store, your best friend, everybody. And I really want to touch on this part. Keep listening. If you're like, yeah, but keep listening. If you think some of your relationships are more nurturing, more evolved than others, it's because you show up differently. In some of your relationships, you hold on to a past version of yourself. You think because that person sees you as that, and they've only ever seen you as that in the past, that you can only show up that way. Is that true? Does somebody else define who you are? Because you were one way, does that mean that you can never ever change? Of course not. Of course not. We change, humans, life, nature, trees, plants, we change like the world spins around. And remember that the Earth's always spinning around, but it's also on an axis that's ever so slightly always changing. And we will never have this moment ever again. Everything is constantly changing. And how it works is it's a spiral. So it's a spiral like this, and we're constantly going, we're constantly changing. If you're always looking at what you don't like in your life, you're always looking at those same things, instead of moving like this, you're moving like this. You might even be moving this way. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. But you're literally just chasing your own tail. You're going in circles. You are changing and moving, but just in the same direction, around and around and around. Imagine if you just change a tiny bit. Then, you guys know what a spiral looks like, right? So, if I'm going like this, imagine you just change a little bit. Oh, and then you just project this way. Oh my God. Trust me. In some relationships, okay, I already said that. I like this. You think that because that person sees you as that old version of you, that you can only show up that way. But that version of you, that old version of you, she's dead. The old you is dead. Mourn her. Take your time. Mourn her. Tell her thank you. Cherish her for everything she went through. And if this is resonating with you, go watch my last video on releasing karmic cycles. It's exactly what I just went through recently, and I talk all about exactly how to do that. Honor that past version of yourself and this new version of yourself. Honor her by embodying who you have become through everything that she went through. She went through all those things so that you can be this version of you. Not so that you could keep being her. Be brave enough to do that for you, for her, for, you know, yourself. I'm gonna put more cinnamon because I love cinnamon. I already put some honey and I'm gonna leave it like that because I'm gonna put more honey in. I'm not gonna put nutmeg in this one or cardamom, but I am gonna put salt. I'm gonna put more honey in my other topping. So I'm gonna leave this. Okay, I'm gonna stack this right on top of the steamed apples. So I never make my homemade whipped cream with yogurt, but I really wanted to add some yogurt to this. And I just got this one. So I'm just gonna take this like a milk frother and whip it up. Okay, I'm gonna add honey. Is that all I wanted to add to this? I think so. I wanted it to be a really sweet yogurt. And I love honey yogurt. All right, I know I have one last point, so I'm gonna read it. Thank yourself for all these practices that you're doing because you're teaching your subconscious, I am loved, I am nurtured for, I'm safe, I'm secure, because you're the one that can never leave you. You can never leave yourself. And so if you learn that you are safe, nurturing, loving, protective, gentle, a safe place, you will melt into yourself. You will melt into yourself and you will no longer have anxiety. You will be in creative mode and you will just be so fulfilled and unconditionally loved. It's so good. It's so good. The steamed apple and the steamed banana. I'm gonna pour the yogurt mixture over that. The honey yogurt. And then I actually have this that I didn't show you. It was just cashew butter that I mixed with coconut oil. And then I put it in the microwave for a little bit. Wow. One thing about this bowl I'm noticing, it's not cute. It's 100% not cute. But it's nurturing, it's cozy, it's warm. And most importantly, it's exactly what I want. Oh my gosh. I'm not even gonna lie, I'm gonna put so much whipped cream on this. I'm so happy to eat it. Okay. And then we have the 100% cocoa bean chocolate, little chocolate chips. Oh my gosh, this just looks like love, right? Oh my gosh, I want more. Oh! And then the toasted coconut. I wanted something so sweet and so sugary. I don't think this is going to be as easy to digest as I thought it might be, but this has been so fun. I really enjoyed being here. Thank you. Thank you for listening and honoring yourself. The world needs your unique love. So thank you for tapping in and choosing to find it. Waiting for what does this taste like? Oh my God. I eat a lot of weird stuff. I eat a lot of stuff that I really enjoy that other people are like, heck no. I might just try it. And they still won't eat it. I mean, they don't like it after they try it. This is so good. The dark chocolate, that's a me thing. But I know a lot of people don't like that. I really enjoy it. Toasted coconut, really good. But the steamed banana and the steamed apple together, it just instantly brought me to Thanksgiving. it just felt like I was surrounded by family and a warm fire and cold weather. That was really delicious. Wow. That's not what I thought it was going to be. Thank you for being here again. I will see you next time, or over at the sacred space that I created for you, limitlesswings.com.